Welcome back, guys. David got Stacks.
I'm sorry I didn't give you a thumbs up this time.
It's all right. I knew my intro still. No, it's fine. We just finished recording last week, so this feels a little weird, but it's gonna be fine. This week we did something a little different, where we read
I was just gonna say my cover's from Shutterstock, so they could have just Googled it.
Where does it say that on yours?
On the back, by the barcode, cover images from Shutterstock.
Oh, mine just says cover design by Freida McFadden.
Oh, well, at least she had more creative design on that then.
Interesting. Mine also, I guess there was a different, so it says in the front, or the thing, it says copyright 2021 and then 2023. So this must be a different cover.
Must be a reprint, yeah.
Okay, well, this week, we thought we would do a pretty popular author that has come to light from, I want to say, Book Talk, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Freida McFadden. Hadn't heard of her until Book Talk just blew her up.
Until I saw every single one of her books pop up onto my For You page.
Yes. Fun fact, she is a practicing physician specializing in brain injury. So.
Interesting.
So that's pretty cool. Did not know that. Mel's book is a little more popular than mine. But basically, we are going to talk about either book and not give away spoilers.
Yeah, it's going to be spoiler-free.
Yes.
Our takes on each book that we read. So I read The Housemaid.
And I read The Locked Door.
I think The Housemaid this came out in 2022, and I think this is the one that really blew up.
Mm-hmm.
And then people started backlisting.
She has a lot of books, though.
She has a lot of books. And I feel like maybe a lot of them had been previously like self or indie published. Maybe that's why they're getting reprinted. I don't know, but she has a lot. And I have another one of her books. I think I have Never Lie.
Oh, that
Something
one?
along those lines. Yeah, I have that one.
Okay.
The one with the couch.
Yeah.
But I went with The Housemaid.
Aren't there multiple in the series? Is that a series? There's multiple maids.
I think so.
There's like the Housemaid.
I think the next one's The Housemaid's Secrets.
Okay.
Yeah, I think is. But let me just take a peeky here because I don't remember when yeah, my official rating is a 3.75.
I gave mine a 4.
Oh, okay, we're hovering around the same.
It had some really good plot twists. Dean was hearing all of them because I was reading next to him and I'm like, oh my, and he's just like, what? And then of course I had to tell him. Loved the short chapters.
I
could kiss her
for that.
Some
people complain about short chapters, and I love a short chapter.
This book was very, very easy to read. I read it like in almost one day. It just seemed like to flow really easily. I never got confused. I felt like
325 pages.
Mine's shorter than that.
Okay.
I think.
About? Mine goes to like the last page, essentially.
Mine goes to 294.
Okay.
And then it's got a snippet of another book, a teacher in it.
Oh, okay. So that's like my sweet spot with a mystery thriller. Any more, it's like dragging on. Any less, it's like, where's the rest of the book? But yeah, I can go first.
Okay.
If we would like. So yeah, this ends up having a sequel. I did not read what the sequel's about. But essentially, do we want to read the back or do we just want to go with our own synopsis.
We could read the back of the book and then. No, we could. We can read the back.
Okay. Oh, mine has like the blurb at the top and then the. Okay. Welcome to the family. Nina Winchester says as I shake her elegant manicured hand. I smile politely, gazing around the marble hallway. Working here is my last chance to start fresh. I could pretend to be whoever I like, but I'll soon learn that the Winchester's secrets are far more dangerous than my own. Every day I clean the Winchester's beautiful house top to bottom. I pick up their daughter from school, and I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading up to eat, alone in my tiny room on the top floor. I try to ignore how Nina makes a mess just to watch me clean it up, how she tells strange lies about her own daughter, and how her husband, Andrew, seems more broken every day. But as I look into Andrew's handsome brown eyes, so full of pain, it's hard not to imagine what it would be like to live Nina's life. The walk-in closet, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I try on one of Nina's pristine white dresses once, just to see what it's like. But she soon finds out, and by the time I realize my attic bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late.
Damn.
So, what is this bitch's name? Millie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's Millie.
Millie.
She is. Yeah. Yeah. It opens up with her trying to find a job.
Okay.
And she's going on about how she's living in her car right now. She got fired from her waitressing job, and this is kind of like her last chance because she's on probation and she's already going to be on her car. She's not supposed to be. She needs like a formal address. She can't like be fired from a job. She needs an income. And so she goes to this Winchester lady's house and she's showing her around. It's really nice. They just need someone to take care of her daughter and clean up the house since the in-laws have moved, like retired and moved to Florida. And they usually take care of the daughter. And like she gets like no weird vibes or anything. It's just like, kind of at the beginning. And she's just like, this is kind of weird. Like, I don't think I'll ever get this job. Like, she's really fancy. Like, they're totally going to do a background check on me. They'll find out my past.
Yeah.
They don't say what. Yeah. So it's been like a week since she did that interview. And she's like in her car and she just got like news from another possible restaurant job and she didn't get hired. And she gets a call from Nina offering her the position. It's live-in. It's a good pay. And it's just cleaning up, making dinner, taking care of the daughter. And it's just one daughter. And I like, okay. So she moves in and her room is on the top floor, like the attic. There's just like one little like, what did she say? It's not even like, it's like barely a bed. I forget what they call it.
Like a day bed?
Oh, I forget what they call it. There's a bed against a window. The window doesn't open. So she's like, hey, can we get that fixed? She's like, oh yeah, let me call someone to try to get that fixed. And she's like, oh, the lock is on the outside. She's like, oh, we used to use it for storage, but like I can get you a key made up. She's like, oh yeah, that's fine. And then she goes about her days and first day Nina's like, oh, I need to go run off and like get ready for dinner or a meeting or something. So like, can you just like daughter's gonna come in soon, just clean up the kitchen and then take care of her when she comes home. She's like, yeah, no problem. She's cleaning up the kitchen, which is an absolute disaster. So she's getting all cleaned up and the daughter comes in and she's kind of prissy and stuck up herself. And she's like, I'm hungry. So she's like, okay, what do you want to eat? And she's like, not saying anything. And so she's like, okay, well, I'll make like my mom used to put peanut butter on crackers. I'll just put peanut butter on crackers because that's in the pantry and here you go. And the kid's like, are you trying to kill me? I'm allergic to peanut butter. And then she goes screaming upstairs for her mom. And Millie is like freaking out, like, Did she tell me she had allergies? She didn't tell me she had allergies. There's peanut butter in the pantry. Why would there be peanut butter in the pantry? Should I throw this peanut butter away? Why would there be peanut butter if she's allergic to peanut butter? And then the mom comes rushing, Nina comes rushing down. She's like, oh my God, what happened? And like, and the kids all like, she's trying to kill me. She's trying to force feed me peanut butter. And Millie's just like, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. And Nina's like, Millie, that's important information I just told you. Like, you should have all that memorized already. And Millie's like, I don't think you ever told me. But maybe you did. Because like, maybe I've been like in my head this whole time wondering how the hell, maybe I zoned out.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, okay. Like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, it's like a life-threatening allergy to peanut butter. She's like, okay, do you want me to throw out the peanut butter? And Nina's like, well, no, just leave it there in case we want some.
What?
And so Millie's like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
And they just disperse. And so she finishes cleaning up. And it's just a little bit of that every day. Like, she'll clean the kitchen. And then Nina will come running out like, I left my meeting notes on the counter. Where are they? And she's like throwing pots and pans out. She's like looking through the fridge, throwing things over her counter. Like, where did you put them, Millie? Did you throw them away? I didn't tell you to throw them away. And Millie's like, I didn't see any papers. Like, if I thought it was important, I wouldn't have thrown it away. So
yeah.
Husband comes home and he's like, Millie, come down. You always keep a copy of on your laptop. And he's like, okay, fine, whatever. Millie, clean up this mess you made. And then she'll go storming back upstairs. And Andrew's like, I'm so sorry. Like, we've been working through some things.
Jeez.
And I'm like, okay. And so she'll start putting everything away. And then, what's the next one? Nina's part of the PTA. And so she has like a luncheon for all the moms in a rich neighborhood come over.
Of course.
And they're all talking, blah, blah, blah. So she's starting to hear the other moms talk about Nina behind her back. And it's like, she's catching like, oh, you work for the Winchesters? Oh, Nina's a bit crazy, isn't she? Like, oh, she's a bit wild. Like, oh, it's so terrible what happened. And she starts getting more and more of her backstory of, oh, she had to go to a mental institution. And then she learns why. And she starts kind of picturing herself in Nina's position instead, because Andrew's such a doting husband and trying to make things work. Yeah. And he learns that this daughter isn't actually his. It's from a previous marriage, like before he met Andrew, knows that, and he like raised her, and like really hates how Nina treats him throughout this whole time, and she just does more and more little things. And there's also a landscaper. What is his name? I forget what his name. He speaks Italian, so he doesn't speak very good English.
Oh, okay.
But Millie kind of buffs like wanted to was bringing groceries in, and he helped her bring in groceries. And then Nina saw him leave and was like, what was he in here for? You can't invite people in. And she's like, oh, it's just the landscaper. Like, he was helping me bring in groceries. She's like, he's never allowed back in here. Be like, okay. Like, that's weird. And another day, he saw her bringing in something else. And so he helped her in. And as he was leaving, like, really quickly, because he heard, like, the car come in or something, he says little things here and there will be like, danger, or like, get away. And it's like, I thought you didn't speak English. What do you mean? And so it's Millie trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with Nina.
Yeah.
But also her kind of inserting herself in the family.
That does sound good, though. I love a good gaslighty character.
It is good. And there are twists. I did see a couple coming. But still 3.75. I didn't want to give it the full 4. I don't know. I don't like the use of crazy woman for the sake of crazy woman. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. Yeah. I get that.
And so I don't know. The rating makes more sense once you get through the other side of the twist because you can see how one of the characters set up things.
Oh, okay.
And it's quite cruel, but intentional. It's like
okay.
Which I mean, it's not meant to be a likable character.
Yeah.
But I'm just realizing now how many twists there are.
Yeah.
And how slowly things are revealed throughout, which is well done. It kept me interested the whole time.
Oh, yeah, my book kept me in. Yeah, I was like, I want to
But
know.
now explaining it, I'm like, oh shit, where do I go now? Because like I can tell you this, or I can tell you this, or I can tell you this, or I can tell you this.
Well, then it's like, well, do I want to say this? But that could give that
So, like,
away.
how much can I tell you? Because I want to tell you because you need to know, but also you need to read this. I need to talk to you about it.
Well, should I do mine next?
Please do.
I definitely want you to read this. It's actually
we'll just swapsies.
Pretty interesting because okay, I'll read the back. I'll read the back. While 11-year-old Nora Davis was up in her bedroom doing homework, she had no idea her father was killing women in the basement until the day the police arrived at their front door. Decades later, Nora's father is spending his life behind bars, and Nora is a successful surgeon with a quiet, solitary existence. Nobody knows about her past, and she'll do anything to keep it that way. Then one of her young female patients is murdered, killed in the same unique and horrific manner that her father used to kill his victims. Somebody knows who Nora is. Somebody wants her to take the fall for this unthinkable crime, but she's not like her father. The police can't pin anything on her as long as they don't look in her basement.
Oh.
So this book is about so her father's name was Aaron Neerling, and he was arrested in Oregon. He had the police discovered the remains of 25-year-old Mandy Johansson behind a locked door of his basement. And severed bones from 17 other victims that were reported missing over the last decade were also found in a trunk in the basement. He was implicated in at least 10 other murders going back over 20 years, but no evidence was found to confirm this. He did a plea bargain and escaped the death penalty, and is currently serving 18 consecutive life sentences at the Oregon State Penitentiary. And his wife was also charged with accessory to murder, so the main character Nora's mom, but she killed herself in prison prior to standing trial.
How is that one not the most popular one?
I know. And so this book goes between her as an 11-year-old, kind of seeing hints about her dad, and like what, because like it talks about right before she found, like right before he was captured, and then her now. So it talks about like how she was in school and like how her family life was like, but then it's also about her now. And she is a surgeon that specializes in, I want to say, stomach surgery. Like she does a lot of like gallbladder surgeries, liver surgeries, things like that.
Oh, okay.
She also owns a practice with a guy named Philip, who is another surgeon. So she'll go and do surgeries at the main hospital, but then she also does like pre-op, post-op consultations at like their own practice. And so she's doing that. She changed her last name to Davis so that way no one knows who she is. She goes to this bar called Christopher's. There's a bartender there that she looks familiar to her, but she can't really like figure that out. And then this guy is one of her patients was there that she had done surgery on, and he was being like a little too nice to her, like wanting to buy her a drink to like thank her for saving his life. And she was like, no, it's okay, like I'm just gonna have this one drink and then I'm gonna go home. And he was just like, just let me buy you a drink. And she was like, no, like, okay, I'm going home now. And he was like calling her names, and so she was like, okay, I'm gonna fire him like from the practice. And then she She's definitely paranoid. So after that encounter, she thinks that she's being followed by that man. And so she's very jumpy. Anything that happens, like, she's like, okay, what's going on? And then she, all of a sudden, one of her patients goes missing. She doesn't like the police after what happened with her dad. Like, the police kind of freak her out. So when the police show up, they're like asking her questions. They're like, well, she was found in the ocean and her hands were cut off. So her dad's nickname was the handyman because, one, he said that he was working on furniture in the basement, and that's why the basement door was always locked. And two, his MO was that he cut off all of his victims' hands and put them in a trunk in the basement. So that's where all the bones were that they found of the victims, because he had all the hands. So he was called the handyman.
Nice.
Yeah, so then she keeps going back to the same bar. She's gone to the same bar for a long time now, years. Brady is the bartender, and she goes home with him one night. And after they sleep together, she remembers, oh, we used to date in college, and we dated for 3 months, but she could not remember why they broke up all of a sudden, because she was like, he's really great in bed, he's really nice, like, I don't remember why anything was wrong. Then she remembers that he used to be really into like slasher movies, Halloween, things like that. He had like all these masks. Well, one time right before Halloween, he was trying to pick out a Halloween costume, and he had one of the masks of her dad, like, to pretend to be him for Halloween.
Oh my God.
But obviously she's not going to say like, oh, that's my father. Yeah. So she just like breaks up with him and is done. So he's just like, oh my gosh, she's the one that got away. And so she's like trying to keep her distance, kind of. She lives alone. She lives in this like big house, but she lives alone. She doesn't have any animals. There's kind of a hint that maybe she's not all right mentally, because when you go back to her 11-year-old self, there'll be hints of like her buying another hamster because the other one died unexpectedly. And the mom's like, our daughter has no friends. And the dad was like, she's fine. So she has this like, I don't want to say killer tendencies, but she definitely like knows that she cannot have any pets in the house because she can't be trusted. I will say she does have a cat that comes around. Cat ends up being fine. I got real scared.
Oh, thank God.
I thought something was going to happen with the cat.
I was afraid of what you were going to say.
Cat's fine. Don't worry about the cat. I had to tell you that. That's not going to give anything away.
That book could have lost me just in that sentence.
The cat's fine. So then first victim leaves. Then another one of her patients ends up going missing. And now she's panicking. Oh my gosh, someone knows who my dad is. Now they're trying to target me. Because then the police are like, well, why are these people disappearing? And then they find out who her dad is. And so they're like, well, maybe you're like, when's the last time you went and visited your dad in the penitentiary? Like, she was like, and she's never visited him. Once her parents went into jail, her grandmother on her mom's side took her in and refused to like let her have any contact. And then when her mom killed herself, she was like, you're not going to that monster, like, to go and visit him. Like, you can be best friends with him when you're 18, but when you're living under my house, you're not gonna.
Just out of curiosity, do we find out if that's her maternal or paternal grandmother?
Yeah, it says
say maternal.
It does say maternal, yeah.
Okay. I'm realizing now I think you just said that.
Yeah. Her mom's mom, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says that it's on her mom's side. We don't find anything like, there's nothing about her dad's side, like no family or anything. And so she's trying to figure out why these people are going missing. She's trying to figure out who's doing it and why. But then also you're getting the backstory of like she's in her house at 11 years old and the basement's all locked, and she sometimes will like hear noises downstairs, but she thinks that maybe it's just her dad working. Then there's also this like weird smell that she sometimes smells, but it's very masked by lavender, and so that's a trigger for her. Any lavender smelling things, because her dad would cover it up in the basement with the smell of lavender, she cannot have. Like at one point, one of the doctors has lavender soap and she like freaks out on him because like the smell will make her want to throw up. Granted, that makes sense.
Yeah, dead body with Febreze lavender ain't gonna
right
work.
And so there'll be like some instances where the character like she thinks that Brady, the guy that the bartender that she slept with, sometimes she'll think that like he's a little weird, and so she's definitely the main character's on edge all the time, so you're trying to figure out like who did it and why, and like what's going to happen next. It was very good. It had really good twists at the end.
It almost gives me the vibe of the lady in The Golden Couple. How she was always on edge.
Yeah.
And like paranoid.
It definitely gives those vibes. I liked it. I feel like, I don't know, one of the plot twists I felt was a little, I don't want to say cheesy, but I was like, meh. Like there were some really good ones. But I was just like, okay, well that, I almost feel like maybe the author was just like, we're just gonna throw this in here, and I'm like, but why? Like I get it, but I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
But other than that, I really liked it.
Yeah, I'd be really curious to read more of her stuff. Like I'll read the other one that I have of hers, and that one definitely sounds cool, especially since it's in Oregon. Yeah, it's weird how many more books we've started reading, and they always pop up in our area. Also alarming because they tend to be mystery thrillers, but that's fine. We don't have to talk about it.
It's okay. It's fine.
Pacific Northwest. People get lost in forests. It happens.
They do.
Also, it happens all the time. I think that nonfiction book, completely side note, that we picked up recently at Barnes & Nobles.
Yes.
Would make a good episode too.
Ooh, yes. I have been looking at that. Yeah, the cold vanish or something like that.
Yeah, something.
I was trying to go back to it. I'm trying to go on Goodreads and see.
Oh yeah, shall we each do I get to do a rowdy roundup on my own book?
I'm scared that that's gonna give away.
I'll pre-look. That's why on our own books. I'll do mine.
Okay. Yes, you can do a rowdy one star. I think The Teacher is the newest one. The Teacher by Freida McFadden came out February 6, 2024. So just a month ago.
I really do wish when you clicked into an author that it had these in publishing order. But yeah, I do think The Teacher is most recent. That's like very recent.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Housemaid's Secret is the sequel to this, though I think a lot of people say you don't have to read them in sequence.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to read this through quickly. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't even recognize those names that are in it, so there's that.
I wonder why. That's
maybe
weird.
It's just another fancy mom in that group of PTA moms that she had.
Maybe.
But yeah, this averagely rates as 4.33 stars.
Okay.
979,000 ratings.
Dang. Okay.
Just under 83,000 reviews. That's wild. Mostly 5 stars.
Wow.
Okay, let's take a look at these 1 stars. Okay. This one's comparing it to another book, which I asked if you had read Ruth Ware. This person isn't comparing it to the Ruth Ware one. And the Ruth Ware one I'm thinking about is a locked key. The key, I don't know. Severn has a key on it.
I do own one Ruth Ware book that I was not aware about. The Woman in Cabin 10 I own.
Oh, okay. That one's, you'll like that one, I think.
Okay.
But it's kind of just one of the premises that's popular. It's kind of
Okay.
I kind of, when you think like the housemaid's like, oh, the housemaid, the living housemaid, or like the nanny learns too much about what happens in the house, like that kind of situation.
Okay.
So it's like kind of obvious in that way, and she does add some twists that makes it different. But there's only so many different ways you can remake that, you know?
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Megan gives it a 1 star. This is the dumbest thing I have ever read. I am pissed about the high rating. There wasn't a single thing that made even a tiny bit of sense, and it just keeps getting dumber and dumber, even when you didn't think it was possible.
Megan's pissed.
Megan is pissed. A lot of people comparing it as, or I shouldn't say comparing it, because a lot of people are just saying it's a ripoff of The Last Mrs. Parrish, which I can recall. I feel like it's like a lady on a dock, like it's a top view with a really big brim hat. Because I think I keep seeing that book everywhere. I don't have it though, but that does sound familiar. But I don't know what the premise is either.
The Last Mrs. Parrish. I've never seen this. We have not. That's the cover that pulled up on.
Oh, I'll look it up and see if I can find a different cover.
Okay.
Because I think I have one in my head that I'm picturing. I could once again be very, very wrong. Wow, this. Oh, she wrote a whole like. This is a.
Oh my word!
Like, paper, but it starts with. Did we all read the same book? How does this have such a high rating?
Oh my word.
DNF. How did this get such a high rating? If you like reading teen lit with repetitive words like muscles, handsome, and dark eyes in just about every chapter, then this book is for you. Haha, what the fuck did I read? Originally I gave this 3 stars, mostly because I was stunned. It's currently at a 1 star now. They had changed it. Did not like at all. You know, plagiarism is a crime.
Oh.
And then says The Last Mrs. Parrish. So bad, don't know where to begin. I don't understand how these have such high ratings. A lot of people just mentioning The Last Mrs. Parrish.
Huh. Might have
The Last Mrs. Parrish.
Might have to read that. Interesting.
The Last Mrs. Parrish. But damn, a lot of people.
That one must have obviously came out before.
Yeah.
This one. Oh, okay.
This is the cover I'm thinking of.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I keep seeing that everywhere.
Okay. That looks yeah.
And its sequel, The Next Mrs. Parrish. So the first one was a lie.
Lies.
Well, I guess I have to read The Last Mrs. Parrish and see.
Like, yeah.
Done did it better.
And you can compare it. Interesting.
I wonder what we're gonna find in yours.
Oh, who knows? I'm a little scared. Mine's at a 4.10, 223,474 ratings and almost 16,000 reviews. It's mainly at a 4-star, but 5 is a close second star on this.
Not bad for still not as many reviews.
The locked door, or as I like to call it, she doesn't remember if she locked it or not. There are instances, yeah, where she'll like lock a door and then she just doesn't remember if she did or not. That is true. Yeah.
Okay. Fun fact about Mel. When I used to live alone in my apartment, I would come home, lock the door, and I would basically keep all the lights off because I would either be in the kitchen or in my bedroom mainly, unless it was like a weekend. But I would go into my room, And then I'd go to bed and be like, oh shit, I left the door. That would happen so often. And I got so lazy that when I'd get home, I would video me locking the door. So when I'd panic in bed, be like, ah, shit, I just go through my phone, be like, okay, that is dated today. And then I can post.
So I do that still. More so, yeah. So I used to do that when I would live at my parents because I would be so scared, like trying to get back to work, that I would forget to lock the door, which I've never done. I don't know why. I think that yeah. So I used to take photos of the door was actually shut. I would think that I would leave the door open for some reason. So then here now at where I live, you have to like, it's got one of those old locks that like are mainly seen on bathroom stalls where you like slide the thing and then pull down. Well, our door, for some reason, if you're going through the side door in the house, or if there's like a gust of wind, sometimes it won't latch all the way, so the door will just swing open. So I'm so paranoid that I will lock it. And then last night, I think I got up 3 times to make sure that I locked it. 3 times. So I'm probably going to have to start taking photos of that as well. Who knows?
I mean, it gives you peace of mind.
Too slow moving for me. Anybody who thought this plot twist was great has a pea-sized brain. No.
That's rude. Talk about my pea brain.
This was fairly stupid. Bad book. A lot of people did not like the narrator on the audiobook. I don't know why.
No, I guess don't listen to the audiobook.
Yeah.
That does suck when you choose to read it through the audiobook and then
yeah, this
book
like, is
I probably would have liked it better if I did.
Audio reader was worse. Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting.
Okay, well, at least it was her own original idea.
It does sound like it, yes. And I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. They're mainly 4s. 4. Yeah. Pretty much all her books are at 4s, except The Gift is a 3.38.
That's still pretty damn high.
And then I feel like there was a different one that was like at a 3 point something. Maybe not. Okay, never mind. I think it's just The Gift. Crazy.
Huh.
Oh,
I mean,
The
her writing
Coworker.
was good. It's like a popcorn thriller.
Yeah.
You want to be entertained for some period of time?
No, it was really good.
Bring this.
If you're wanting like something to kind of get you out of the reading slump and to read like at a fast pace, I would.
Oh
I
yeah,
would
you can just quickly knock out one of these.
Yeah.
And the pace was good. I mean, I think some of mine would have been taken out fairly, but even then, I read through this pretty quickly.
I liked mine.
Yeah, perfect reading slump. If you're going on vacation, you just have like,
yeah.
I don't know, if you just have like house to yourself.
Yeah. Laying by a pool or something.
Laying by a pool.
Mm-hmm.
A good sized lunch break. Knock out a decent amount of that, even.
Yeah, the text wasn't too small, and like I said,
No, it's not. God bless.
Small chapters were amazing.
Oh, something about the short chapters makes me feel like I'm flying through it even more.
It's just so satisfying. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, where's the science with that?
I don't know.
That's what we should be promoting.
That's like with my Kindle. Like if I turn the thing to where I can't see what page I'm on, I feel like I just read faster. I don't know.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Huh.
I could just be weird. I don't know.
I don't know. Turns out you're reading slower.
I wouldn't put it past me. I am excited though for next week's.
I'm pretty excited and I already read it.
I have it out.
At it. It's so pretty.
I have it out. I've not read it yet.
Pretty stoked. Next week is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies.
This was fairly new, isn't it?
This is pretty gosh darn new. And the sequel is going to be out soon.
Oh, I keep forgetting
this being pretty new. Hold on. Get with it. Emily Wilde's. Goodreads, think faster. Yeah, this came out January 10th, 2023.
Oh, okay.
The second book is going to be Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lands.
Oh.
That's going to be January 16th of 2024. So, why haven't I seen that in a bookstore yet? Then?
I was going to say, wait a minute, that's this year. That's already came out.
I thought it was going to be this summer because I haven't seen it yet. And it's already slotted for a third book, Emily Wilde's Compendium of Lost Tales.
I'm very thrown off by the second one. Why have we not seen that?
I know, what the hell. We did see a really pretty Barnes & Noble edition, which, I'm not going to lie, I do like it enough to buy a second copy, I think.
Oh.
I am not someone to keep second copies of anything.
That's why I was like,
I don't have a second copy of anything.
I have 2 copies of Verity.
I bought the gold hardcover and then immediately got rid of the paperback version. It's how I'm not a big rereader and I'm not a big collector of multiple versions, even though some are very pretty.
Yeah, I think the only even then, because I was gonna say I somehow ended up with one of the special editions of the Richard Osman, the Murder Club one, and it has the sprayed edges on like the second book, but I can't find. And the only way I can see the sprayed edges is like the UK version or whatever. Like,
that's what I was gonna say. I think it's just the UK version.
So
obnoxious.
I know.
But so it goes.
Oh well.
Damn. Because this version is pretty too, just the normal version.
Oh, normal? Yeah, that's beautiful. But I did like the Barnes & Noble copy. That was really pretty. It's like a light blue.
It's hard enough to have book money, let alone like special edition book money.
I know. They're always just so expensive, but they're just so pretty.
Especially since most of the time they're in hardcover. And hardcovers are expensive enough.
Yeah.
Let alone add shiny, sparkly painted things onto it. Yeah. Like, I can't afford the bedazzled version.
Right. Get the jewels. Get the jewels. Bedazzle it. Yeah.
Oh my god. Now I want to watch that commercial. Do you remember the old Bedazzle commercial?
Gosh. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh gosh.
Now I have plans for this evening.
I know. I need to
see what else we're reading. You can check out us.
Yes.
Check. Wow, I can't. I have dyslexia.
Just check us. Just check us.
Just check us. How much are we? I don't know. I don't know where barcodes are. We're on Instagram. Baby Got Stacks podcast. There is a link in our bio that takes you everywhere else we're at. Like our Goodreads and our TikTok.
We do update Goodreads.
We update Goodreads. You know, the sun, I want to say, is coming, but it snowed in Corvallis this morning. So what are you going to do?
It snowed there this morning?
Yeah. Taylor was FaceTiming Jack, and Jack looked outside his window. He's like, oh, and it's snowing.
Whoa, crazy. It's been super windy here.
It was crazy windy here yesterday.
Okay, yeah, it's been nuts.
I don't know what this Oregon weather is. But Oregon was like, oh shit, I have to do winter weather.
Great weather for reading.
It is great weather for and if you don't have to go outside.
Yeah.
Which for the time being I don't, so holding out.
Now I really don't. I work from home.
I'm so jealous. You don't have to like wear real people clothes.
I don't. I'm wearing sweatpants and sweatshirts, and that's going to be my work attire. It's going to be great.
I barely have to wear real people clothes. I don't consider scrubs to be real. They're still comfy, but since I have to wear them for work, it still feels like
that's valid.
Work.
No, that's valid. I get that.
Anyway, tune in next week. I'm pretty excited. Ashley is into fairies, so maybe this will be the fantasy for you.
I do love a good fairy book, so I'm hoping
you need a win. You need a fantasy series that you're like excited about.
I know I don't have one like series wise.
Like Avatar was close, but I feel like you're more excited about it because I'm pumping you up to get through the next one.
I know. I think I need to reread the first one because I don't remember anything. So
I'll give you a summary.
Okay.
Don't waste your time going through that whole thing again.
When I get there, yeah.
Yeah. Read through the second one, and if you have questions, I'll answer them.
Okay.
Be like, wait, what? I'll answer them.
I'll just send you text messages with just a bunch of question marks. You'll know.
I'll know.
You'll know what I mean. Yeah.
I'll know. So yeah, you should see what else we're reading this month. I need to make April's. We chose the books, but I haven't like put them together.
Okay, because I was like, did we do? Yes, we did do April's. Okay, we're good.
We did.
Yes, we did.
It's flying by. So it's going to be April, and it's going to be May, and that's basically halfway through the year.
And then we're going to be into summer, and then we might as well just get our spooky reads for October. It's just going to be nuts.
There's too many spooky reads. No one can ever fit all the spooky reads in October.
I know. It's panic mode. But it's good panic mode. It really is, though.
Okay. But if I have to read about one more book, Roland.
Yeah.
One more. All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us twice today. Yeah.
We'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.